but Minister for National Security. I've always said, and I repeat it, Kidino pa national security na but we do my party any Minister for National Stability.
Oh,
say be krunu be stable, be ya hu betono eno na meduma. If there's stability, boni kura mu obi trim eno committee crime. So I see that as my primary responsibility to be able to do that. Yeah, na here advisable say be any the distrust of any of the political parties. As we media. But what it means is, as a politician, you cannot then go on radio and television. Yes, so politicians going on radio and television,
of course.
But as Minister for National Security, you've got to recognize the need for stability in the country at all times. It also comes with a price, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you want to earn the trust of both parties, number one, the other side, those on the opposition, I go away, sneak under grass. Oh, yeah, as if. On the other hand, those from your party, so will be Kasawaha, so young Kan Dapaa tono. That is the for tono, that sort of thing. But you just have to believe in your God, believe in the president. As long as you have the support of the president, what others say, don't really.
I have to ask what is answer now. How do you take it? I remember very well when former President Kufuor was exiting.
You see how funny it is. They said as Minister of Defense, what you see, he caused the downfall of the president.
Of course.
Then Kufuor, the same person becomes the president. And the first appointment
was that same person.
That same person.
And so in charge of security.
Exactly. Don't worry too much about what people say. Just give a good account of yourself. Things will prove later, say whether you were good or bad. And it's essential, isn't it? You take a normal be for granted. Yet we yempa yenina yedimename. Mipiwi, a bow pay ye chirekom. But most times, the wompa pay ye chirekom no crano, yamade mount. Now we are aware, so the amount. At the end of the hopa, we've been praying for a very, very fair system of elections. Here, Kotuaba will be a system no any year. Therefore, we need a strong, we need a very, very partisan electoral commission. We want transparency. These days, we could say we are there. But the truth for any say we are there or we are not there. I don't want to go praising the electoral commission, but I think just like the previous speaker, they've done well. I think said IPAC, which brings together all the political parties, they have done very, very well. Institutions like Peace Council, Ghana Bar Association, other associations also have done well. Don't you forget to say, before the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Obey now Ulidi, one of the most influential civil society organizations. Any politicians name electoral commission to ensure fairness. And then she is there. But still people feel say such is the world. Just do the right thing and you will be praised at the appropriate time.
Okay. Are we safe as a country in terms of security?
This way, if you go by the surveys, they all agree that Ghana is the most peaceful, the safest country in Africa, apart from Mauritius. Okay. So, of all the countries in Africa, number 2. Nyame, why be to be where we are. when you consider the problems that they have in the sub-region, for instance, for Burkina Faso, you know woman Boshe, was slow. Almost every day, young kumnipa, umukum nipa be 5, 6 hours. Children, women, defenseless people, they are being killed on a daily basis. Ofa Togo, I hope no, because this terrorist for no how madri. Uko Benina, Umuho, Uko Cote d'Ivoire, Umudiako, FIFA. The only country, our Gulf of Guinea, Swa, ya attack the only country, Ghana. Yamin Sawu. Our soldiers may be good. The strategies are buying, to form may be good. A number of things may be good. And so, I believe they just don't happen. Until we are blessed. We are blessed in this country, so much so that whether you are a Christian, traditionalist, don't believe in anything, Muslim, we live together as one people. Go to even Nigeria. Nigeria, there's this struggle for power between the Southerners who are mostly Christians and the Northerners who are mostly Muslims. There are tribes in Ghana, just as there are tribes in other regions. But while they are fighting there, we are not fighting among ourselves, right? You have a problem in Boko. It is not on tribal basis. After all, Mamprusis, Nikusas, we are the same people. I'm saying, sir, we don't have a situation where, say, the Evers are fighting the Ashantis or the Fantis are fighting the Northerners. We don't have it. You may think, say, because government strategies are good and so on and so forth. No, me feel say, the person make it say, "Name achaya die pa a friend asumdue." Mumma yem value sa asumdue no. Na mre bia no. Ye mompa yesa asumdue no ebetra ha. God thank okay okay winimpa. Kremu yeti na ne soja ba na ne yetimu for a very very long time.
Yeah.
So just da no wonder. So just yesi no yesi. Omutimi soja fu no bi even if it wasn't the leaders here. Some soldiers were taking advantage. Eba ni abebro it people hu nyina akra. Ene ye nia yeti kruma na yesi David. Ye mpe sa ade no. E koto ho aba. Na me ebie ye ni koto ho aba. Ene yesi afedi ye pe kama me nkabi amamuo. Democratic governance. Kama me nkabi amamuo no. Untimi mfa party ba akopɛ. Enye. Untimi mfa party 96.3 one. Intino the children say there must be one party, 2 parties, 3 parties, 4 parties, 10 parties, 20 parties, and some way to be a democratic governance. As soon as you have a one-party state, now kwa like military government, so the multi-party democracy that we have down, again, namine de achaye. Say to protect it. But because we have different parties, different people will belong to different parties. It is possible to say, even in your own house, a bibeko party way, not a biako party way.
Okay.
It shouldn't make us think that we are enemies. I always quote the example in my own house. Manage football, na me wokotoko bibli adameni baji pane tse kotoko ahye ye hye wo mu ame wo problem pa tango mia me mama wo atiti wo mu ba kokora ye doctor say
yeah
me hunu be mko fasa su bai no o mu mpe kotoko edinati na I don't hate hearts of folk. But team bia she kotoko abepe. Hearts of folk nko she kotoko a. Me hunu de yo ye umakwa hearts for. Na da hearts ne kotoko bobo ball. Na hearts for be we no. Me am fie ji se mitufiri ho. Ko de bobo me kuti asre me sa. Ade chi anopa no masa be jino da ye koskio. Mo si agi bisika ko. Nti kotoko di hearts nti umunya mabusuafo. Umunya memba.
Omo
Sa na tie. If you have more inipa mo ye adwuma wa ha no so. Enso no ye wo ebi e wo has. Ene ye wo bi e wo kotoko. Ye ko bobo no ba na ye wuri ye ho wi a ni atena se. Ye mfa enono nko ye politics mu. The fact is wo NDC, NPP, CPP, it doesn't really matter. Rather, no, it strengthens the basic objective principle of having a multi-party democracy. See, you know, joining one party, you are sa koda demo. I am pese ebeko ebiemu. At all times, say a bompa yes asumdue ewu krom ha na yemma politics say asumdue a ewo ha no ehia pa. To be I will normally appeal to all people, say mumi entity especially yebeto aba obi ani abre parties nyina obi a epe tango nu dabito na nipa mi no to obi ani bre so be obi a but still ba ko pene they are not the security situation in the country is very good, very, very good. But there are challenges. One of it, they say, during elections, emotions, which me so, I'm not fast, There is also this problem that we have with terrorism in the sub-region.
Yeah.
There is terrorism. Terrorism, there, Europe, America, somebody will come to be a station here, but what you know, Kumbe, Nipa, and San Johnny Noko. Now, what we are better no Johnny Noko. Only 77 in Simuna would you know, he just wants to create fear and panic in the system. Any a terrorist, no, a war, West Africa is the same. The objective is that Ubu Babeku Afa or mine. So in Burkina Faso, they are fighting to take control over the territory. In Burkina Faso today, about 60-70% of the country, terrorists for now occupy. And baby, occupy the Arusno. Regional ministers, Pam woman DC for and appointed terrorist commanders. So if they are able to take over the remaining 30% here, the whole country is for them. Sahan Wumuyen or Mali. Sahan Wumuyen Niger. Ukoye northern border no. About 630 kilometers. Ninina we share border with Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
Until Wumu urban terrorists no urban possible and it's easy. Say ya nyiri ho and share some super they can come. Yes, soldier for and the BIA impressive woman, any security agencies, police for immigration officers, prison officers, fire officers, they are doing very great work for us. Going forward, I see it me recognizing my woman that special treatment in my woman America. America would do airport where I was what America soldier da and if fly with him, near several come Umakatria. Nya fi na beka se be professor na se be saint me na makatua se so soldier for akatua ni policeman for akatua eye bibri nyenro ye bomodna se ibiduro so meanwhile no wo mu bomodin so be protect yen enso no borders no is say ye porous no kwadi demu unapproved rules no doors no metimi aba yehu na wo mbeba ye gidi se baby wo metimi afa ba no ebeye boko area nti ye tete wo mu oku e wo boko a na ehaye yem hihie pa yem pa ye nyina ne se ahoto emra ho na fear no aye wo sese no yenyim
But Boko is under control.
Boko is under control. Otherwise, and the number of deaths here be who no maybe ni Boko is all about chieftaincy and who is the rightful chieftaincy. Chieftaincy there, it can be very emotional. Nkrofobi gidi bebre enya nkrofobi yenyina ye gidi sebe obi ba uya santini etiseme obi ba abeji opimso akona yenyina ye ebedi so you can understand the bufu wo mu ni but ye boy ho emode ekawom papa maintaining peace there. But so the security situation now say armed robbers say no bebre. When we were doing the 2020 elections and other elections before then, there be security concerns was among the issues for our voters. Say and President Kufuor sika ye de wremu e de boa police ni soldier for equipment ye de ma wo mu na ye sisima wo mu no ama things have improved tremendously mu an wate highway robbery, but how many times and out here mu an wate so bi ko di bone am robbery bi wo bi efie, but wo mu nyina eko nya de ye tactics. So at the end of it all, an independent organization, not only in Africa here, but also in Europe, have established, say we are the safest, the most peaceful country, the second most peaceful, safest country in Africa. It says a lot. It says a lot.
Okay, and one major way in here. Now say there was this report by or outfit cry no, it's not accurate about say the okay your borders is before you cross over so mobile hospital our northern part hana ebinum cry or residents or betna na then they come back any mama or outfit crab about because no, that's not entirely true. Sansem no anything.
Ye wonkrofo bebrebe a asembia maye no ote Ghana oda Ghana,
okay,
ba osere no pa ko ye adwuma wo Burkina Faso.
Sure.
Ye wonkrofo bebrebe a wo mu eda e wo Togo no mu sori a wo ma ba adwuma wo ma fu
Ghana
e wo Ghana and ye wo so many routes bi a na ho nyina na immigration officers were the FN unapproved routes no umu ni kwaya ufa obetim die wrem in theory no possible some crofo bi ba for medical attention who Burkina Faso President Gaddafi so much liked Burkina Faso. They have some of the best hospitals in the sub-region. They have some of the best schools. Normal, maybe young Dr. Dutumo in the educational sector, no new infrastructure. Oko Burkina Faso, they be ordered that. Thanks to Gaddafi before he died. But then only about 75-78% of the schools have closed down. Mauba emko a school. Hospitals fair wo no. Sebi. I walk we yere. Wonim se wonim city gi a walk ra no a. Won fa oba unka nje me yenko hospital. Wonim asem a ebisi e wo kwaebo.
Yeah.
So naturally obi yare wo Burkina Faso a obed bo modern bagana. Wo me wo border so wo mu kakasakro. Yeah. Wo border no wo Burkina e wo Ghana wo mu kakasakro. wo mu di aduane koro culture bibia is the same nti no because there is war there won't be nka say hey ya build the wall mu bia every ha emma ha enye right for humanitarian reasons no nti bi ba ebi ya no ye bia enso na woni no na mom ba wo ba no nyehu so wo ba bet right so be operate no wo ba beto ne dura kwa you can't stop him wo ba no be ye bibia you can't stop him na mom ye see security agencies intelligence agencies no ye dia to form na ye say tango if you bia no ni na mos no ho no ye say no at wo wure mat wo sai akwo boni be ni trim
yeah
see etimi hu na ye chino ansakura na boni bi aba na enye anticipate na nkrofo no kan de no mu kankura de ne say Ghana ye ni terrorists no akoye nkrata ko sign agreement say wo mu magana na in return wo mu pe bibia o Ghana wo meyo na tankutio terrorists no wo mu nye one group o enye one group there are several of them and wo mu ko enti emusa ne no mu sign agreement no ye ne ba ko woni ba ko sign be 4-5 for aka no almost abufuo nko anti wo meba. So there is nothing like that. There is nothing like that. We yejidi in Ghana say yekum nipa ba ku bia ewo Burkina Faso a yekum Ghana ni. And I'm so ye Burkina Faso ni die but we Ghana ni. We ye West African. We ye nuano. And America say wo ko ba bi to say boku border you are. Omo ye the same people. The same ye ni rada no. Yes, 69 ama wo mu senka refugees no kura ba wo mu nkotena ho enso wo mu nko because o buy wo drew out na kroma de say me uncle tanko wa no be nkotena why we want and so it's part of the problem. We are managing it very well. It is not the peculiar strategies of government. It is not be a soldier for who me did say nyame na ehwe
many electoral commission pending for din komo ha concerning Boko whether there's going to be an election. Emma penine catcher me say as for them they are ready, they are prepared, everything is set. Na say omeya ho bambom pending for catcher wo say bibia okay, they are ready to go. So pending for catcher mo say there be still say the Boko tie no wo ntumi nto aba and na manya wo ha privilege pass manya na Mimisa Boko from point to ministry. Obama go ahead na me ato aba e wo Boko.
No create electoral commission for no any ye din koma na ya ma wo mu assurance say if GD say e possible say beto aba e wo Boko. Ye encourage wo mu say wo mu nto aba e wo Boko. Yenim say your security no e strong. You see beef no up. We will do that. You see, so woman to aba, what does it mean? It will mean say, and it's not only Boko. In the region, we will bear 6 constituencies. It will mean that there will be no representation from that region in the Parliament of Ghana. We don't think say appropriate. It will mean that they don't contribute to deciding who the president of Ghana must be, and also they're appropriate. So we provide all the security. We are talking to them. We are doing it informally and formally, talking to the opinion leaders, talking to the chiefs. Umu wa hodi nyina obi aso adwene se ese etoaba. Okay. Obi en wa me won se opa mo mra ha. Nti no ya boaboa ye ho. Ya ma electoral commission assurance.
Okay. Yeah, the Nyamian said that assurance. Now, but now there's a curfew or Boko.
Curfew or Boko.
So, you're saying, how are we going to run it? Okay, during daytime, you are
curfew in Rutena.
People want to say, "Ya Tuaberio or Ya Kinkaya Bobo," they will jubilate. Would the curfew be in place? O Tuaberio Bonunsia, go back to your room. And that's it.
O Tuaberio. More representatives are Umbeba Coalition Center Hall and making sure say parties will be NCC will be Kokoda because Yentu abadu kura no. Ujai wo monwumra microphone take advantage.
Yes.
The yani say. Normally in a place like that, you know, about 80, 85, almost 90% yempeye ho asem.
Oh. Only a few.
And woma jejina mu a woma kofa problems ama so many people. We need to be able to give protection to the large majority and also even give protection to those who are causing the confusion. Until we are careful, we are not going to lift it and say because of elections I are lifting a curfew. The fear of attacks more even during an election period like this than under normal circumstances. So it won't be appropriate.
I know most of your work, you deal with intelligence, conflict, ethnic conflict, chieftaincy conflict, any other conflicts. I would want you tie enya ewo yememuhano. Why? To say the kind of national stability. That's how you want to call it, national stability. Yeah, munya intelligence, in order to curb it. Ana ebi oha bebre, ebi oha munya intelligence a stop ya anya we because the BNCT. Ana the Senate here.
The intelligence works, and we get a lot of reports. We try to preempt most of these things. But let me tell you, I'm a very, very busy person in my office. Can you imagine? Security reports, intelligence reports from all over the country. They come to my desk, and I'm having to review them on a minute-by-minute basis.
Yeah.
If I take 1 month, if I take 6 months, if I take 1 year, I can confidently tell you, say, about 60-65% of security problems, intelligence revelations that come to my desk are related to chieftaincy. Yes, it's the greatest area of concern. Not surprising because of your culture, but I can assure you, say, there are a lot of them. Even when we get the intelligence, Bekasa, the soldier we need political beko, but still, no could you be a or you feel say the yoga, dear Babana Mario, no akoye, near Chiwomu, and Simbi. Chieftaincy is
handling chieftaincy issues. Looking at how technical any idea no handling no
chieftaincy, chieftaincy people look at it as a property, a business. Can we imagine Lawson FM TV? This will be a tries to be Gino by force.
Just said that.
And now, unfortunately, so in this world, at some back when you know, Crane say, me wo fase, me wo fano no de tu so. Oso wo nipa mi no aye ko a ba ko fees na se monye de.
Na obi a de.
Obi a fees na se monye de. Enso no ba ko pe de and then at the end of it all. You know na man we a little bit in complex no. Chieftaincy is a problem. But we've never been bold enough to say we should consider be a doing without chieftaincy. The governance, proper governance of Ghana without chieftaincy, it will be a problem. And let me give you also one fact, which is that it's been said that the minister, I didn't know Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Congo, terrorists, Mali, and there have been scholars who must study at the end of one common reason money say it is because of the absence of proper chieftaincy systems in those countries. The terrorists it may with ease because of what we call ungoverned spaces. And so there's no government presence. And it may boa terrorism gather the whole moment start a war. Ghana nkwani ni ungoverned space. You need ungoverned space because even where there's no police station, there is no CDB, DCB, anyho BB, anyho aban BB, anyho. Still, there is authority be there in the person of the chief. So we say there is no ungoverned space in Ghana. The role of chieftaincy, what the family who say, we should never abandon it. It's true. Scholars have agreed. Say one of the reasons here we've never been attacked, because of the absence of ungoverned spaces. So chieftaincy, it's got its own very, very good, own very, very positive things. But it's it means something, no. It's something. So people are prepared to fight and kill people for that. As we go forward, you sure say it will get to a point we will get over this. But so we know in history, they are no man yet because of the kings and the royalty system. They fought for it. Yeah. So we will get out of it. We will get out of it.
When you hear Ghanaian kase, a section of Ghanaians kase, Ghana the entokwanti means had that young conda.
I find it difficult to believe. Say entokwa bitimi esi Ghana for one reason. Say entokwa esi Ghana, it will be entokwa among a particular tribe. Right. Bitimi esi ewo Boku area among the Mampusis, among the Kusasis. Limbo say me fan say fantifo aswai ho say ene no finesse kokon ana Ghana asantifo say ene anafo kokon. That I don't really believe. See, when you believe in God, you can also understand most of these things. Do you know say most people, the Akans, the Ashantis, and everything, the extent of intermarriages.
Yeah.
I mean, my first marriage was to an ever. Until me ba penny, where you going na you go come me going. Me go you na me mra Asante.
I get.
And most of the elites, the leading people in Volta region, they are married to Ashantis. Most of our women, elite women, are married to them. I don't really believe say unless it is related to politics that can come about, and that is why we try to preach this need to live together on the basis say a multi-party democracy. By all means, there will be different parties, but let it remain there. Let it continue to be your house, your cornerstones, your in the western region way. Medium one of the last
for Timber Boys. Samates.
No, but no, for that. Yen live no sir. Samates a shekotoko. Ye me yapa. But because I mean go did Samates for them because of that. I mean that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want us to win. If they are playing a foreign team,
fine.
In fact, team no cry has no cry no. I won't say some impo. Me pay no mu shekotoko. And then we bring me clone. So we should be able to live together. We should be able to live together. We shouldn't allow politics to divide us, because you know the essence of governance. Tango, what should I say? Mammals, any pain, of all the mammals, we are seeing. It would be say a war, what? A quadano num or mamino phone kakra. about 1 month, about 2 months. If you walk on, we hear mammy, we hear papa,
Cockra,
we nam her, no, we nam her. One want to be body bra. The only mamma I want to me, sir, any human beings, yea.